Is Ripple a contractor for the US government? A prominent XRP content creator on Twitter is essentially attempting to make the argument. Charles Hodkinson will also be discussed. He discusses the reasons why Democrats lost the 2024 election in this clip. I do believe that we should discuss it. In this video, we'll also examine some additional XRP-related topics. Guys, it's going to be a great one. Stay with me for the whole of this. Took Jay Claver around 2 weeks, if not more, to post. Please pardon me. On June 2nd, 2025, XRP will celebrate its 13th birthday. XRP, happy birthday. Okay, so this is Cardano founder Charles Hodkinson explaining why the Democrats lost the 2024 election. Look at it. According to the 2024 election postmortem, Harris's anti-crypto stance was one of the reasons he lost. 55 million Americans, mostly young and left-leaning, own, utilize, and are aware of cryptocurrency. Therefore, as a politician, why would you go and set your own base on fire, killing 10 to 20 million people? There's no logic behind it. The Democrats' postmortem in December and beyond included the suggestion that we try to find a way to be at least neutral toward cryptocurrency without necessarily being favorable. Democrats still don't seem to realize that they are defying the digital preferences of the majority of their supporters. All we seek is clarity and regulation of digital assets. Correct? We recognize that since the cryptocurrency market was unregulated for so long, thieves, scammers, and other criminals exploited it. You get what I mean, but I don't want to use the T word on YouTube because I'm afraid they'll block the video. How many emails do you receive each day on average? It's not something you joined up for since they obtained your email address and began sending you scams. Verify the 12-word seed phrase you chose. Did you know that your Coinbase account was compromised or that Kraken was attempting to defraud you of your money? Where are our safeguards? The US dollar can only be saved because Ripple is a contractor to the US government. Make a digital dollar that operates on Ripple rails, a completely regulated asset similar to XRP, which is the only digitally transparent asset in the US. The answer is right there. Important information for holders of XRP. Officials from the UAE and Ripple recently met to talk about digital infrastructure and quickening financial innovation. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates had already joined forces. That isn't a coincidence, in my opinion. The Middle East is being overtaken by XRP. Let's make the connection. The Central Bank of Saudi Arabia is a partner of Ripple. In the UAE, Ripple has live corridors. The Middle East is reportedly at the center of the new financial system, as evidenced by the fact that Ripple SW 2023, which focused on demand liquidity and is now known as Ripple Payments, was held in Dubai. And this is the topic that no one is discussing. XRP is suitable for usage in the Islamic banking sector, which manages more than $3 trillion in assets, since it complies with Sharia law, which upholds Islamic finance concepts including risk-sharing, transparency, and the prohibition on interest. What would be the alternative to using the US dollar in international trade? I mean it. What kind of money? Because the majority of nations will not yet trust cryptocurrencies. We're not quite there, in my opinion. Personally, I do not believe that dollarization is not occurring, but I do feel that it is not occurring at the pace that some people think it is. Okay. The yuan is one of your other larger currencies. Correct? 90% of the Chinese yuan is actually in China, which is the issue with the currency. It isn't utilized as a worldwide reserve currency. Stop it, Russia. I won't even begin. Correct? I take it that their entire economy is collapsing? They depend on the production of oil, and Ukraine has been affecting practically all Russian oil producers. That's not a legitimate money that will be utilized all over the world. Is it? Swiss franc is with you. Although it's not often recognized as the global reserve currency, I suppose it might be used. What do you go to, then? Do you visit XRP? And if so, will the largest financial market in the world, the United States, permit that to occur unchecked? Do you believe that the United States will cede all of that authority? Not in my opinion. I simply believe that people do not see this well. I do believe that dollarization is taking place. Simply said, it will require several more decades. That is how I personally feel. Even though I would love to be proven wrong and turn this into something different. Take a moment to Google. Please pardon me, but XRP is the only cryptocurrency that 100 billion asset managers believe can be used in conjunction with a Bitcoin strategy. Man, I'm not sure why, but my mind simply doesn't see what you do. According to a report by WisdomTree, a $100 billion asset management company, XRP is an altcoin that may be used in conjunction with Bitcoin as part of a long-term portfolio strategy. In a recent tweet, community researcher Smoke brought attention to this paper. Without a diverse crypto allocation, the research presents XRP as a functional, compliant, and supplementary asset to Bitcoin rather than as a speculative one. Given that Bitcoin dominates ETF headlines and media coverage, the firm's analysis indicates that institutional investors are no longer satisfied with exposure to a single mega-cap cryptocurrency. In essence, WisdomTree is arguing that XRP ought to be the next asset that nations and businesses consider. Okay, let's understand this better. The most often mentioned alternative, what you have to say is something I truly want to hear. Additionally, there are points and, transaction parameters. And if you're interested in what occurs over the next 2 minutes, I'll return to this and finish it out. America will be saved by XRP. It can be used by both parties because it is a neutral bridge currency. Saudi Arabia is one country that uses XRP as a reserve currency. Other countries that use it include the United States, South Korea, North Korea, and the BRICS countries. The US dollar can only be saved because Ripple is a contractor to the US government. Make a digital dollar that operates on Ripple rails a completely regulated asset similar to XRP, which is the only digitally transparent asset in the US. The answer is right there. Many thanks to all of you. I'll see you in the upcoming video. Stop using the US dollar immediately if you were the US and you had this new financial system plan. Instead, we will use XRP. Wouldn't the US government be purchasing XRP?